Hi everyone, it's Silvolve here and I hope you all had a great Christmas. I certainly did. I got loads of cool stuff. Today in the UK is Boxing Day, and if you're wondering what that is, well, apparently no one really knows. I asked my dad and there are several theories about what Boxing Day might be. It's the day after Christmas, and it's also, well, he said it was the day that rich people would give poor people presents in boxes. There's also a thing where legend has it, as they say, you actually didn't open your presents Christmas Day, you opened them on Boxing Day. So that's the other theory, and there's several others. You'd have to Google it. But yeah, that's what Boxing Day is. I got a shout out for Furby Tube, and yeah, I've heard that lots of you have had Furby Connects for Christmas, so I hope you're all enjoying playing with them. On the Discord chat and comments left for me on YouTube as well, so that's great. I'm really happy you've all got awesome gifts. So today's video is actually for my friend Gamma-Wings, and she wanted to see my characters. In fact, a few people have wanted to see my characters, so I thought I'd go through my character. I've got a folder and it's got reference sheets for them. So I'll go through and I'll show you characters that I've created myself, and also ones that I've got from my friends as well, that they designed and I've either bought off them or they've been gifted to me. Some of the pictures are quite old, but these are all pictures that I use as reference, so it doesn't really matter to me that they're quite old and some of them quite badly drawn. I just use them as reference. So I do update their references sometimes if I change them or anything like that. So let's get on. I've got a whole pile of them to get through, so I'm going to hold them up, tell you a little bit about them, and then move on. Let's see how long this takes. I've got quite a few. Okay, so first of all, these guys, Corey and Jed, I made them quite a while ago. And they're surfer guys, and they're gay. I actually made them gay together. Originally I used to write a load of stories called My Mad Life, and Corey, which is the one with the black hair, he was my next door neighbour, and Jed is his friend. And I made them gay because it was a joke really. I made them profiles on Facebook and I thought, hey, let's have them date each other. They're actually on The Sims and they're partners on Sims as well. And they got the Forever Faithful moodlet on Sims 3. So they definitely love each other. But anyway, then we've got Silvolve, of course. You've seen this one in other videos. That was my first ever picture of her. She's actually 16 years old today because I created her in 2001 on this very day, Boxing Day. And she was often quite sad to begin with. And here she is again. There's a redraw I did of her. And then we've got her reference sheet there. And I do actually have a like a digital reference sheet that's also a little bit better. I've added to this on the computer. There's her. This is Silvergun. Silvolve has other forms. This is her dragon form, based on Haku from Spirited Away, as you can probably guess from the style. There she is again. These are really old pictures. I don't know when I drew these. They're actually quite bad. But anyway. And then you've got Silvolve's demon form, and I created her quite some time ago as well. In like 2003 or something. This is the first picture I drew of her, and I still like it as a reference actually. And she's got big nasty teeth. And then we've got Mutant Silvolve, which is one I've only drawn once. I watched a lot of Ben 10 Omniverse at the time and I thought, I know, I'll do one based off that kind of style, so I did Mutant Silvolve. She's got big claws as well. And then we've got Corridor the Neonarch. I created him back in 2005. His body is liquid and he can stretch his body and his limbs to great lengths. He's an alien. And that's his cousin Stereo. He's also an alien. They're in a band together actually called Twisted Transistor with a couple of my other characters. So here are their reference sheets. It's Corridor and Stereo. Their reference sheets. We've got Centrifuge. He's from the rival band. Well, he's not really a band, he's just a guy on his own, but he has this guitar, which I believe is here, called Nerve Crasher. And it's fueled by the souls of the damned, which is quite neat. I play guitar as well, and I actually named my own guitar Nerve Crasher after this one. But yeah, he's the rival to Corridor and Stereo. And then we've got System. He's another Neonarch. He is a computer hacker, and I really need to do a digital picture of him because he's pretty cool. I really like how I coloured him with all the neon sort of highlights and things on. I've only ever drawn him once in 2015, and he's got orange teeth. This guy is Draxias. He's another alien. He spits acid. He eats seagulls. And I've actually got an Ask blog for him on Tumblr. Ask Drax, I think it's called, or Ask Draxias. I'm quite proud of his design. I've used him quite a bit. This one here is based off one of those chaps off Monster Rancher. I can't remember what they're called. It's whatever Tiger is. And his name is Zoy. So he's kind of a fan character. There's a Vista, and I created her back in, fun enough, back in 2000, but she was a Mewtwo at the time, and I changed her eventually into this. This is, I think, like her 4th different look, but I kept this one and I made this one in 2006. I have drawn her a lot. She has been one of my pivotal characters for a long, long time. In fact, I even have a tattoo of her on my arm as well. Equus they are giant rabbit horse things, and they I actually created them in a dream. I had a dream about them, and that's how I came up with that idea. This is a terrible picture of me riding my Equus Sunny that I drew in 2005. It's really bad. This one here is Trinity. She doesn't have an anthro form. I actually got rid of that. In fact, I need to cut that off. I adopted her some years ago. I can't remember where, someplace. And on the back is Kurtz. He's based on Kurtz from Free Phonics, but he's a demi-dragon, which is what a Vista is, and he is a Vista's boyfriend. His name is actually DK, Demi Kurtz. I call him DK. But yeah, he's kind of based on Kurtz. He is a bit of a fan character, but also a bit of my own. This is Skylark. My good friend Lee gave me Skylark. And Skylark is the manager of Twisted Transistor, the band that Corridor and Stereo are in. Also Vista's in the band as well. This one here is Wix. He is a genetically altered dog thing from another planet, another alien. I like aliens. I like aliens and robots and dragons. He's pretty cool. He's a bit of a rave character. This charming chap here is Mr. Snuggles. He is a Cainophilus, and he looks horrible. And he is a bit like a... well, he looks like a cat, but he acts like a dog. So he's actually really friendly and nice, but he's very, very ugly. And here he is again. And see, he's playful there. But people can't look past his ugly face and his skinny body, so they kind of stay away from him. This one is Diesel the Weasel. He sits on my shoulder, and he says aloud the things I wish I could say aloud. For example, I used to work in a shoe shop, and a lady came in to buy some Crocs, and I was thinking to myself, "You have terrible taste." And he sat on my shoulder yelling, "You have terrible taste." In my mind, obviously. I don't actually have a weasel sat on my shoulder. This is Chizu, a strange cat thing. Frozen Feline, another of my older characters. I think I made him in about 2000 or 2001. And he basically helps Jack Frost by icing everything up, putting icicles, making things pretty for winter. Catnip, he's the drummer in Twisted Transistor. People say that he's based off something called Cat Scratch, which I've never seen. I actually based him off Marion from Bounty Hamster, who is a little blue hamster who looked a bit like that. Later off, my Vengeance Dragon, basically what my inner vengeance looks like. When I got angry when I was at school, I'd draw her killing things. This one here, Midnight Comet, is from my book, my second novel. She is a dragon with space wings. And this is something that I bought off someone. I bought the design off someone. I've not actually used them for anything yet. But you've got a daylight version and a nighttime version. I was going to put them in one of my books, actually. This guy is Ricane. He is a bull terrier crossed with a dragon. This is Dagatora, a Chinese dragon who loves ramen and rice and things like that, with tribal striped things. He's quite fun to draw, actually. Mutual, I created him in 2000, and he's actually been in a magazine. He was a Pokemon to begin with, but I've sort of made him more my own thing now. Snarl. I made Snarl in about 2003. He's basically a very angry dog thing with lots and lots of purple fur on his back and lizard sort of things, lizard scales. This guy here is one of my favourite characters. He's RP, Random Person. His real name is Crandall McPherson, and he actually has a shrunken head hanging off his belt. He dresses very wacky. There's another reference here. He's got tattoos on his back. and I can't actually remember now. I think they're supposed to form letters. Yeah, they are. And there. RP. Anyway. He has a pet naked mole rat called Inferno. He also has a pet capybara called Riff. Riff can drive, and he wears shutter shades. These guys I got off my friend Serge. It's basically a lioness that got turned into a snake because of a curse. And then this here is Urbex, a robot used for urban exploring, which I thought was quite cool. You can get in places where people can't and take photos. We've got the Zayhound, which is a strange metal greyhound creature thing, used for delivering messages and stuff like that. It's a robot. That's my logo for my channel and for my website. Repulsators, scary rat things that bleed and float around with eyeballs in their mouths. They're also in my second book. That's just more of the Repulsator. My friend Cat hates them. That's an internal diagram of the Repulsator. And then we've got this strange creature here, Tricullion. It's an alien. And its bones are on the outside, as you can see. This guy is Larval. He is a Svengali, and he can basically get anyone to do anything just because he feels like it. He's fairly homeless, fairly greasy and fairly obnoxious, but people like him, and quite a few people have crushes on him. But there you go. Now here's again with some coke or something. Raxis, the alien rabbit. Aliens again. She's got 4 arms and she's neon green, and she might possibly glow in the dark, I don't know. Sino the Saluki, one of my main characters who I really love dearly. She was created in 2010. She's actually got a sparkle form as well, which is bright colours. Badger, he is a Borzoi hybrid, and he's got a gun in his throat. I know it wouldn't work, but it's fantasy, so there you go. A shotgun, so he shoots people. He's actually a biological weapon. And then we've got Form Shifter, that's my X-Men fan character. I use her quite a lot as well. She's in several stories, including a fanfic I'm working on at the moment, which is a crossover with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's about 135 pages long. I'm not even halfway through it yet. But hopefully I will be one day. It's going very well anyway. And she can change shape, right? That's her true form, that's her human form. She changes into a human to blend in. This is Scribbles, a purple dog with very long legs. This one is Crossfire. He has bright hair. He's another demi-dragon like Avista and DK. One of my few Anthro characters, Leroy the opossum. His name is Roy because he hates Leroy, so he likes being called Roy. I like opossums, they're cool. Luxor the cat. He is a self-proclaimed Egyptian god, and he is a Sphinx cat, which is those hairless ones you can get. Dandy, the Dandy Dinmont Terrier. He is very neon again, and he is the boyfriend of Sino. And that's Stormer. Stormer is a little dachshund who belongs to Avista and DK. Darry is another little dachshund who also belongs to Avista and DK. That's their pets. He might possibly glow in the dark too. This character is a fan character I made from the anime Space Dandy. His name is Nova. This one is Suki, who I got from my friend. I don't draw her very often because you can see she's quite difficult to colour. She's got spots everywhere. Wave Rider the Borzoi, who is a Borzoi I made on Sims 3, who belongs to Corey and Jed. This is Derry. He is my spirit guide, and he's always there to give me advice, things like that. He takes the form of a dachshund with a very long sort of body, like a cross between an eastern dragon and a dachshund. That's Spectre. Spectre has floaty paws. He's a ghost. Captain Y-Fronts, my superhero character. He has the Y-Fronts of power on his head. They glow, they give him his power. And his enemy is called Major Thongbum. My dad actually came up with the name. He has a permanent wedgie. This is Terrorblade, one of my older characters, who I recently redrew. She is a dog thing, with blades that come out on her back when she's angry. And here's Grogan, my goth character. I made him ages ago and I've only drawn him twice, but I thought I'd redraw him because he was worth keeping. Yongun is a Chinese dog character, like a foo dog. I haven't really drawn him that much because he's difficult to draw. Raze is a dog crossed with a lizard. As you can see, he's got the bright markings of a lizard on his tummy. He's quite popular actually, I've had quite a bit of fan art of him. Stella is a pit bull, and she is to promote kindness to pit bulls and anything against... basically people blame the breed for the misdeeds of some people, and I think that's wrong. Pit bulls are actually really nice dogs, and if raised correctly and lovingly, they will continue to be really nice dogs. I hate dog fighting and anything like that because it's cruel and I don't like cruelty to animals, so she's to promote that. Grivnar is a hyena. He is fairly obnoxious actually. These are my cats, Casper and Toby. That's Casper the brown one, Toby's at the top. They are angels now because unfortunately they died a few years ago. There they are. That's angels. Those are really old pictures as well. This is a tattoo I designed back in, I think it was 2003, and I didn't get till this year. It's my character Oblivion the Doom Kitty. There's Twisted Transistor, the band I was talking about earlier. I have this image printed on a mug. This character I got from my friend. I think we're getting towards the ones I got from friends. My feet are going to sleep. I have pins and needles. Anyway, this guy, he's very neon and he looks great under a black light. His name is Mineo. That's me and my brothers, Scott and Bill. And they're both taller than me now. And this was drawn back in 2012, and I want to redraw it, actually, because we're all older. There you go. Reptilian Canine, something I came up with years and years and years ago, possibly for a future story. There's another one. This is Mr. Nubbins. He is a strange, gooey creature, a bit like a cross between a slug and a dog. Atri I got from my friend. Atri is a forest baby. Cloud is another one I got. It was a make your own character, so I made this one. The species belongs to someone else, so it's a dream catcher. This one I got from my friend Ninja Kato, and I really need to draw her more and also draw her digitally because I know I can do a brilliant job with her digitally. She's quite difficult to colour traditionally. Another one I got from my friend Ninja Kato. This is Jake. He is fun to draw actually, and again I need to draw him more. He has awesome hair. This one I got from my friend the Amazing Trash Can. Lucid is Demon Silver's best friend. Dane the Arcanus. I'm trying to remember who owns the Arcanus species, but it's not me. It was another make your own one, so I made mine in rainbow colours. This is Savick. Savick is a Pirin, and Pirins were quite big on Instagram at one point. Again, not my species, I just made one. This one here I've only ever drawn once because he's very hard to draw, and I got one from my friend again. I think it was an adoptable I bought a while back. Oh yeah, that one. I don't draw that one much either. I really need to. I'm just going to get a little bit faster going through these because I haven't designed any of these. These are all ones I bought from my friends and other people because you can buy them off people. That one I did design myself, but the species isn't mine. And that one. I put characters I use less towards the back of this folder. This one has a tongue that comes out of its tummy, a mouth and a tongue in its tummy. That one is like a dog. These two, they are the pets of Corridor and Stereo. Walk and Void, they're Scalicamons. Circuit board. I've got loads of these ones. They're maned Melia cats. I bought a load from this artist because I thought they were pretty cool. They have multiple limbs. And that one. This one I do use a bit more. It's Vernix I got from the Amazing Trash Can. And finally we've got Borealis the Fanzel, which I got from my friend Stan. And there, I've got through them all. And now you've seen all of them. Right. I hope you made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you next time. Also, don't forget to click the boxes at the bottom if you want to see any related videos. Have a great day, and I hope you all had a brilliant Christmas, and this is Silverwolf signing off. Bye!